Hi, Amber. Hello, hello, everybody. We are back. Can you believe it, Amber? It's been a few minutes since we've been
It's
live.
been a few minutes. Well, didn't we do it last week or no? Was it the week before?
Girl, it's been 2 weeks, and we've already got people in the chat ready to go watching us today. That's giving me like all the good vibes, but laughing. So one of them, Dante, says, "Can't wait, ladies. Looking forward to the stream. You gals have been missed. I'm gonna tell you why we've been missed. And but first of all, love that we've been missed. But tell you why in a second.
Okay.
Good old Oscar Love, who we love, says, "Hey, ladies, I'm hiding under my desk at work watching this," which I'm like,
Aw.
yes, sir. So thank you both for being prepped, ready to go. We're so excited. It has been a couple weeks, Amber. You know, we do pretty well when life is good and we don't have travel plans. We don't have crazy stuff happening out in the world that we need to, overcome. And one word for what's happened to me in the last couple of weeks, pneumonia. Pneumonia, my
You
friend.
poor thing. You look better
Yeah.
though. You look better too. I
Yeah,
hope
no,
you're feeling all
I
the way
think I'm
better.
like 98% today. So I'm in it to win it.
Aw.
You know it, my love. So anyway, thank you both for commenting, Dante and Oscar. We love you. Amber, baby, what has been going on the last 2 weeks while I have been in the depths of hell trying to heal from freaking pneumonia? What's going on in the market on your
You
side of things?
know, it's always like a roller coaster ride in the market, right? We're
Mhm.
always on this
Yep.
roller coaster ride. The good thing about right now, though, the roller coaster ride this week is day to day. I'm coming in this week. I can't believe it's Wednesday and I can't believe it's June. Like,
It's
what has
June,
happened to this
girl.
year?
I
This
don't
is
know. And I don't
crazy
know if I
how
like it. I don't know if I like it.
it's just it's like you like blink and time just goes by. It's crazy, right? But
Yeah.
what's happening this week in the market is the rates are always based off of the news that's coming out, right? So the
Right.
news that's coming out that pertains to inflation has been favorable for rates.
Yeah.
So every day I have less and less anxiety as I get up and I see that, oh, our market looks better, as
Good.
far as the bond markets, the mortgage backed securities, that kind of stuff. It's
Hmm.
getting better and better daily this week and then towards the end of last week. So hopefully we'll see that trend and that
Yeah.
that'll make it a little bit easier to swallow,
I
when
love it.
you're buying a house, when you can get a better rate than you thought.
Listen, we are listening to, for those of you who are new to the stream, for those of you who are new to the channel, I just want to pause for a minute and remind you that we're listening to number 166 in the nation from a lender perspective. This woman is a wealth of knowledge, a treasure trove of amazingness, and she is the one we need to be listening to. I tell you what, the minute I met Amber, my entire business and mindset about all of what we do together now has completely shifted and changed. I am educated about this crazy market and world that we live in terms of like the home buying deal because of you, Amber. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Oh,
And
thanks.
if you like me and you like my content, you need to understand that my girl Amber here is the reason that it's awesome. And she's a big part of why, that drives the hope for home ownership that we love to give out. So thank you for being
Well, I
you, Amber.
appreciate the compliment, but I'm not going to take credit for the reason why your content is awesome. Okay,
Just shut up. Let me give
that
you
is
a
all
compliment.
you.
Let me thank you, but let me
But
give you
thank
a
you for the
compliment.
compliment, but I'm not
All
going to
right,
take
enough.
all of it.
Anyway, enough. So wanted to give you, I keep bumping my table, wanted to give you guys an update on what's happening on the market on my side. So I don't know if you remember, Amber, but last time we went live, we were talking about the market. We're different from every other market, right? And for those of you who are tuning in for free money information, hold up. We're almost there. We've got some freaking incredible free money programs. But for a moment, I want you to understand why these programs are happening and what's happening around the world versus us. So there's no new updates in terms of like, I don't have the May numbers to like give you a full update. We'll do that next week. But I want to tell you, we were looking last time we were on here at the difference between the average and the median home prices for condos versus single family homes. We were looking at the inventory change up. Do you remember what you felt and kind of what we were thinking last time we were live, Amber, about that?
Yeah, it was crazy to be able to see how little houses there were and then the price increases that we were seeing too in
Yes.
Vegas.
So I still get phone calls to this day of people who are like, I'm going to wait till the prices drop. I'm going to wait for the crash to happen. I swallow my tongue and then I spit it back out and I say, cool, then you'll be waiting for a long time because Vegas
Yeah.
is not going down. We are not on the down. We are on the absolute up. So I'm going to throw up a couple of these monthly market updates just to show very briefly before we jump into these free money programs what the hell I'm talking about. Okay. So if I show you this one, Let me see what we got here. Let's start with January of this year. Now, everywhere else in the US, or for the most part, there's people reducing prices, too much inventory because of the rates, right? The rates have definitely driven the conversation in another way for
I
buyers.
think it's rates, and then I think also the insurance problems. It's like Florida keeps being talked about, right?
Girl, I've
That's more
got probably
insurance.
30 people from Florida in less than 45 days called me to move to Vegas.
Really?
Yeah. So it's just crazy, guys. But no, to your point, sorry to interrupt you, but I was saying to your point, like it's everywhere else, things are shifting. Here, we are an anomaly. This girl, Vegas, that we call her, is an anomaly, and she always will be. So with that in mind, let me just show you a quick glimpse of what we're talking about. So if I show you January 2024, beginning of this year, when everybody and their mom was saying, we were even saying rates are supposed to go down this year and all the stuff that the Fed is promising us. So we were even anticipating some big changes and thought, it was going to do some crazy stuff to the market. For everyone else, since the rates haven't changed, the market's gone down. In Las Vegas, my friends, in January, our median home price was $490 for new listings, $445 for sold units, 2.5 months effective availability, meaning inventory. For condos, same thing, sold units, $275, and the new units that are being listed, $290 essentially at 2.5 months. Let's look at what happened as of last month, or April, not last month, but April. Let's look at what happened. Hold up. April. Now we're talking the sold units,
4 months later.
4 months later, there's less inventory, as you can see. So less options to buy, which means more people competing for less homes. 1.5 months inventory, and we're now at $498 for the median home price of just for what we're trying to sell here. So let me do this again. January, April.
Wow, that's crazy.
Let's do it one more time. January, April. So for those of you who are sitting around, and my dog's barking, of course, for those of you who are sitting around waiting for the market to crash, it ain't happening here. Hollywood 2.0 is being built in Las Vegas. Prices are continuing to go up. Do not wait. I had somebody call me 2 days ago that is moving here in 6 years. And let me just say right now, thank you for trusting me.
Oh,
and
that's awesome. They called.
Because Amber, what do I say in every video?
Whether you're buying today, tomorrow, or 10 years from now, give us a call.
Right now, give us a call. So she listened, and it was so sweet because she's now, doing the future planning. I had the conversation. Hey, 6 years from now, I have no idea where we're going to be. I don't have that strong of a crystal ball, but what I do have is the intuition to tell you, maybe figure out a way to buy now, rent it out. And then when you move here, either sell it or upgrade or whatever you want to do. So she's considering it. I also want to shout out those who've also listened to me, the line that I always say, whether you're buying now or 10 years from now, doesn't matter. I want to talk to you now. I'm your bestie. I want to guide you all the things. We've had 3 people in the last 3 months who we've talked to and who've been followers and who have been disciples of what we're teaching for more than 4 years, buy a house and close with us in the last 3 months. How awesome is that?
Love it. Yeah.
So it pays to listen. It pays to tune in. I'm going to get off my soapbox, but I wanted to just let you know that's where we're at. Next week, we'll give a full update on what's going on in the market as of last month. So we'll get a little bit more of an update on the information. But I just had to brag a little bit. I had to high five, shout out the people who are listening and doing what we say because they're winning, guys. They're now in it. They're in the game of home ownership, and they're gonna be thanking us a lot, maybe in about 5 years, I'd say, maybe even sooner. So Amber, all right, I'm going to shut up. Again, thank you. For those of you who do want to hang out and speak to me or want to chat with Amber, we're here. We love you. There's never any pressure. So whether it's now or 10 years from now that you're planning to move or you're just doing the research, we want a phone call from you. Click the link in the description or my phone number, my friends, boom, right on the bottom of that screen. Okay, enough. Amber, free money.
Yes, let's talk free money.
Here's money.
Yes. So here's what I can say about the grant programs lately. It just feels like there's more opening right now. There's more exciting things happening right now and a lot more people calling on grants. So there's a lot more people that are looking to take advantage of. I think it's kind of aware that, okay, rates are where they are. We're kind of in our new market. But rent is going up and I just need to be able to get into a house and I want to be able to call it my own. I want to be able to pay it off someday. I want to be able to live a better life. And that's in home ownership. And I can feel it. I can see it. I can see the calls coming in that have to do with grants. I can see everything happening. So there's a couple new ones out that I was really excited about. In fact, I had to guinea pig one of them just to be able to make sure it could work. That's how excited I was about this one. And it worked. The client closed on Monday. So let's talk about it.
Girl, can you tell I'm still on the mend from the pneumonia that I had? I'm sneezing during our live. I'm like itching my nose, like, oh
You
no,
poor
not today.
thing.
So
Aw.
thank God you're doing most of the talking. Oscar Love says again, I think he just came back on. Hi, ladies. I'm sitting underneath my desk at work watching. We love you, Oscar. We love that energy. And Nita says, congrats on those 3 closes. Thanks, babe. We really appreciate it. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Okay, Amber, I'm going to pull up the information that we created for today's live. Let's talk about some free money.
Okay. So this one is a new grant. So remember the one that we talked about a couple live streams ago that was giving away $35,000
Oh
on
yeah, I'm
the
still trying to
payment?
sign up for that one. Yeah, I'm still trying to sign up. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they ran out of money on the 35,000, but
Okay.
they've applied they've received more. This grant administrators received more additional funds right now for a new grant. So now they've restructured it. So I mean, it technically could be similar to the 35,000, but this one gives 4% of the note amount in a silent second. So you're not paying anything on the second. But what they also give, the rates on this grant are way, way, way better than any other grant. Like,
And you're
so what
getting
they're doing,
4% back, free money, 4% of your
you're
of your
getting
note amount.
4% in a very attractive rate. So
Wow.
so you're getting a better than market rate on this. So most grants are going to give you the money but there's always a give and take with most grants, right? Like you got to pay a higher rate or it's not forgivable over a certain period of time or anything like that. This one actually gives you 4% towards your down payment. So you don't have to come in with anything down. And if the seller is willing to pay closing costs, then you don't have to come in with any money. If they're not willing to pay closing costs, then you pay closing costs. And you have a very attractive rate, a rate that's better than market rate. I can't give out rates on a live stream because they change daily, but I can say this one is way better than even the market rate on it. So
and I haven't seen that a lot, Amber. I haven't seen a lot of that's never,
no,
right?
When I saw the rate, I got so excited.
Oh my God.
So because you get 4%, so it's similar to the $35,000 one, other than they're taking the money and they're reallocating it. They're paying some to rate and then some to down payment instead of all just a down payment.
Wow.
So,
and most people who are doing FHA loans or the new buyer loans and things like that are only coming in with 3 to 3.5% because that's what they can afford. This is even better than the down payment that you would normally, be able to do.
Yeah, this gives you your full 3.5% down payment plus 0.5% closing costs.
Wow, like that's crazy.
So you can work this one, and the rates are super attractive. It requires a 640 FICO score on an FHA or VA loan. This isn't for conventional loans. It's forgivable after 60 months. So this is the cool thing about this program is that some of the grants right now, you take the money and then you have to pay it back when you sell or refinance. This one, if you keep the loan, live in the house for 5 years, the grant is completely forgivable. So you don't have to pay it back.
That's freaking amazing.
I know. And then there are income limits that apply on this one. So we have to talk about the different incomes like household and where you're buying. In Clark County, this has specific areas of town that you have to live in Clark County. In Nye County, that's in Pahrump, or any outskirts of Las Vegas in a different county, you're good with it.
Awesome.
But Clark County, there's specific areas. So we have to make sure you're buying in the specific areas for this program. But we're going to talk about another one too. So don't worry about that so much.
Oh my God. I'm my heart's beating fast, honestly, as I'm watching you look through this and talk about it. And you've said in the past, some of the grant programs have like most people assume free money must mean I make no money, which obviously is wonderful. We want to give everybody a chance to buy a home. But this one, what would you, in your opinion, from an income limits perspective, is this on the, harder to get because it's a really low income limit, or is it kind of in the middle?
No, it's decent. It's in the middle. Okay. It's in the middle.
Awesome. So, even better, girl. I'm making this happy every day. Every
day. This one, to be honest, when I saw the rate, I was like, okay, who are we putting in this grant? Because the rate is amazing. And it's like, let's just face it, right now, it's hard to save down payment. The price of everything has gone up. It's harder, like the money that was being put in savings accounts before is being spent. So these programs make it possible. And I'm seeing more and more come out recently.
I love this. Now, guys, this is going to be with when we work with Amber, this is mostly going to be focused on resale homes. Like Amber's wonderful and amazing at stacking the I like to call it the cake, right? Layering that cake with, oh, we got a grant money here. Oh, we got a this, that, like trying to really piece together some of the best programs that are allowed to be stacked to give you that beautiful cake sandwich, whatever you want to call it, of juiciness to make this happen. So is this something that you can stack with other things?
This one's not really, I mean, other than you, like the seller can pay closing costs, so you're stacking it with that, but you can't really stack this one with other
Okay.
grants because this has a specific interest rate on it.
Okay. The reason I'm asking that is because that is something that people don't realize that you can do with other grants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this grant is so juicy. You don't need a lot of other stuff to stack it with. This is delivering delivering what you need right at the bottom there. So super excited about this one. Can we move on to the next?
Let's move on to the next. And the next one is the one that I had to guinea pig just to make sure it was real.
Yep.
Because it just seemed a little bit unbelievable to me to be able to do this one. And
Wow.
we did it. The client's in his house, didn't think he could get it. We couldn't get him approved on another loan. So for specific reasons. So yeah, let's go to the next one.
Here it is, babe. So it's $9,000 towards your payment, down payment, $9,000 free.
Yeah. So, okay. So let me just tell you the story about the client that closed on this one before. He thought he had VA eligibility. He didn't have VA eligibility. So he couldn't do a VA, didn't have any money for a down. We couldn't do FHA or a government loan like that because the spouse's credit, we had to add debts in, and then he didn't qualify for anything because of the debt. So we had to look for a specific conventional grant where a seller could buy down the interest rate on it. So this grant, when we were in our search, this grant popped up where it gives $9,000 of assistance. You could do it down to a 620 FICO score. Now, remember, this is on a conventional loan. So at a 620 FICO score, your rate's going to be higher. But there is another program that I can stack on this to keep your rate lower too in specific areas. So like this one is definitely one that you can play with and figure different things out on. So that's why I'm so excited about this one, because it allows me to be pretty creative to be able to do it. So regular conventional financing, meaning that we're just like most grants come with the rate, right? This one, we're pricing it on a regular conventional loan. And you could put like different types of loans on conventional depending on what your income levels are on it.
That's amazing.
So, or there's even one that's in specific areas of town where it's a lower rate because it's in, different areas of town depending on certain things. So the reason why this is cool is if, let's say, you don't qualify for the rate that's today, we can have the seller buy down a rate. This is the only program on a grant that allows the seller to buy down the interest rate to be able to qualify, as long as we can get it from the seller. Some people are being aggressive depending on what they're selling and where they're selling it and stuff like that. We were able to get the seller to buy down this interest rate for this client to be able to make it more affordable to him. So this $9,000 is forgivable after 5 years. Again, that's a problem with some of the grants right now, is a lot of them aren't forgivable. This is a true grant. It's giving you the money and then forgiving it after you've lived in that house for $9,000
for 5 years.
Oh, I said $9,000. Geez,
that's okay.
5 years. Thanks for touching me on that, Laci.
No, I just want to make sure, but it is so. And most people are going to live in a house 5 years, especially if you're, just stepping into home ownership. 5 years is a beautiful time frame for you to be able to start to assess: do I want to upgrade? Do I want to find an investment property? How do I want to now build my investment portfolio? You can start it much sooner, but this, we never ever want you guys to ever let go of anything that you buy when it comes to real estate. We desperately want to make sure that you understand this is about hope of home ownership, but it's also about building a life of your dreams and letting all of these amazing decisions you're making pay for your life as in the future. So with that being said, because we never really, and that's weird for me as a realtor to not encourage you to sell your property. Like that's weird because that's leaving money on the table, but that's how much we care about this for you guys. So when it comes to doing something like this and having the free money is free money after 5 years, you could sell it if you need to, but prior to that, you could stack this, flip, you could do a bunch of stuff that will allow you to like really start to build your future. So super excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's the cool part about this program. So the AMI is the average medium income. So most of the time, the 80% AMI is a very low income because most people have to have 2 people in the household and they go above that. But if you're in a household where you have minority family members or you're a minority, we can go up to 200% AMI, which is a very
Wow.
high income to be able to qualify you on, to be able to like get you to do this program. So most people I'm finding fit within that 200% AMI that's there
Wow.
to be able to do that. So that's what we were able to do on the one. I have 2 right now going on this program. And like I said, I'm stacking this one too. I'm using other things to be able to help them out to be able to gain more. So
And
this file I can
that's
be really
amazing.
creative on.
Here's what I just want to pause again and just say, let me tell you this. Amber is the only lender, and I'm not saying they don't all somehow know how to do this, but Amber's the only lender that I know that it loves to stack a deal. Loves to stack a deal. She's the most creative, most intelligent, it's fun for you. I know you like puzzles when you were a kid, I'm sure, but it's literally like you love looking at a problem or not even a problem, like looking at someone and going, hold on, I think we can add something more to the pot. I thought, well, let me add a little spice.
Yeah.
I just love it. You love also creating a complete experience and solving the puzzle when it comes to some of those that you're talking about on this stream. You talk about how, this one didn't work and we had to make some changes in the middle of the road of the actual purchase of a home. You guys, most lenders give up and walk away. If you make a bad decision during the loan process, if you go buy a boat when you weren't supposed to do anything big during the loan process and buying a home, if you thought one thing and answered a question wrong. And like, there's literally a problem almost every day with every file that she's overcoming. Mm-hmm. And the fact that you don't give up. This woman is a dog with a bone. She does not give up. Like I'm telling you what, man, it's a special thing. So if you're looking for someone to represent you who is not going to give up on anything that you have to do, you got me on the front side shopping and having fun. But the hard stuff and the one that you really need to count on is this woman right here. So I'm sorry I had to do it again. Sorry.
I love it. Thank you, Laci. You're such a good cheerleader. You are the best. You know what the beautiful thing is when you're out looking for a house, you got the cheerleader right behind you, cheering you on as you go.
Yeah.
And continuing. I mean, as we meet for different events and stuff, it's fun to see the cheerleader in action.
Thank you. I just had to say it because I just get so excited when I hear you saying, well, we'll stack this and then we'll do that. Nobody does that, you guys. This is a special woman who is just, I guess, excited at the success or the overcoming challenges part, but also at seeing your face when it's still a yes at the end of the day. So while we're paused for a second, I wanted to say, anybody watching, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, please follow both Amber and I on all platforms. We've been off of our schedule for a little while now due to pneumonia and a bunch of other stuff, but we're going to be stepping in this summer to some really fun experiences. So there's that. And then secondly, guys, if you're on here, this is for you. So if you have questions, if you need guidance, if you just don't want to ask this to your friend who's a realtor and you want to find out from us, drop it like it's hot in the comment box below. Let us answer the questions. This live stream is for you. We bring free money programs, market updates, a little bit of music if you ask for it, and a lot of banter and jokes and a lot of my sass. So if you're here for that and you keep coming back, thank you. But if you're here for the first time, drop it like it's hot. Tell us you're here. Tell us hi, and also just let us know what questions we can answer. We want to use our time wisely for you. Amber, is there anything else on this program before we move over to questions from the audience?
Okay, so the $9,000 grant, the administrator is going to do an interview process with you to make sure that you fit all the guidelines, all that fun stuff, right? And then you got to do home buyer education on, most of the grant programs will require home buyer education, but yeah, let's use some of this money. It's exciting.
That's it. I mean, that's literally it, guys. So, okay, two new programs, 2 very unique programs. One, giving you a rate that's better than everybody else. So who doesn't want that? And free money. Better than everybody else. How about that? But also the other one, $9K, and then they can give you a better qualifying experience when it comes to how much money you're allowed to make. I'm all in on all of this. This is amazing. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Amber, we got a tip today during this live stream. We never ask for money on this stuff. This is not the purpose of our channels and what we're doing. But Mr. Gallagher gave us $20. Thank you. I guess we'll buy. once I put some pants on, because this is a sans pants live stream for Laci here. I'm still at home getting better. But once I get some pants on, Amber, I'll come over. We'll get some coffee, or we'll have a little breakfast on Gallagher. Thank you, Gallagher,
thanks, Gallagher.
very much.
That's awesome.
So let's give him what he wants. Let's give him what he wants. I know this is off subject, but do you guys mind explaining what a reverse mortgage is? Does it vary by state? I'm in Colorado. You should be in Las Vegas, by the way. If someone were here to have a reverse mortgage and pass, will it automatically go straight to the bank, or how does it work? Can you explain for us what the hell a reverse mortgage is?
Okay, so a reverse mortgage is for people that are 62 years or older in age, right?
Yep.
So instead of making a monthly payment, this is for people also have a lot of equity in the house, because without a lot of equity, the reverse doesn't work. Right. So what the bank is doing is they're figuring out, they still attach a rate to the file, but the client doesn't make a monthly payment on the loan, right? And then, but there's a rate attached to the file, and there is a payment that's not made, but it's subtracted from the equity of your house month by month. So the principal and interest payment is subtracted from the equity of the house. So the equity of your house goes up month by month, instead of on the other side, it goes down. That's why they call it a reverse mortgage, because it kind of works backwards. So when the person passes and then the house is sold, you're going to receive, whoever the beneficiaries of the loan are, it's not going to go to the bank. It'll go to the next person, whoever it's supposed to. Like, this is why it's always good to set up a trust and stuff like that, so that it's very outlined, what's going to happen with your equity of your house. But whatever money is the difference between what's owed on the house after adding all the reverse money and what you sold the house for, that's going to be sent back to the person that's supposed to be getting the money after the client passes.
So that you can still, so two things on that I want to hit on again is, Amber said it's good to set your home up in a trust. We're going to do a live stream asking those exact questions about a trust and what's good and what's bad, probably this summer. So please stay tuned for that. We'll advertise it so you know when it's coming. But those are one of the most important moves you can make when it comes to being a homeowner, because if you're not set up with a trust and a will and all the things, your home could go into probate, which then makes it a very difficult sale, eats away at what you could make. It's a nightmare. So if you are a homeowner currently, put your stuff in a trust. I almost said the bad word. Put your stuff in a trust. Like that stopped me before. Anyway, I know. And make sure that you're protected. And then on the other side of that, a lot of people think a reverse mortgage means, well, I'm just giving up my house to the bank and I get to live here for free till I die. That's not the case. If you have a son or a daughter or a friend that you want to gift the home to when you're finished, they get that equity, thank goodness, which is a great gift to leave behind at that point in life. My question for you, Amber, on this specifically is, does the house have to be sold when the person passes away? Is it required to be sold, or do you have the ability to step back in, take over the loan and live in the home or keep the home?
So with the reverse mortgage, it does have to be sold within a specific amount of time after. I would have to look up that time, but I know that it's a specific amount of time. Or, if there is a trust and the house is going to be left to so and so such person, then that person can buy the house from, buy it, refinance, move it, but you can't take over the only person that can pay on a reverse mortgage is the person that qualified with the loan. Once that loan is done because the client passed away, then it has to be sold in a specific amount of time.
Okay,
and then
awesome. That's helpful. And I didn't know that, because I've only done a top end of a reverse mortgage. I've never done the back side of it to sell or help the person get it listed. So if you're looking at a reverse mortgage, Amber is somebody who can help you in multiple states. Amber, how many states are you licensed in now? Let's just let's brag a little bit.
Oh yeah. Well, I recently got my Florida license. I don't know if I ever said that on here, right? It was a couple months ago that I got my Florida license. So I did get my Florida license. I have my Oklahoma license. And then
Oklahoma, yeah.
And then the surrounding states, Idaho, Utah, Nevada. My team has Arizona, California, Montana. So, we're working on our way around the United States between all of us.
We're working our way back to you, babe. I love it. I love it. Thank you. And first of all, I guess maybe we should go do a live stream in Florida to announce your amazing, arrival on the scene. I think that's a write-off, right?
Let's do
It's a
that.
write-up. Yeah, we're gonna do a beach live
At the
stream
spa
from
too.
Florida. Yeah, at a
Yeah.
spa as well. Thank you, Gallagher. What a great question. Super excited. Thank you for asking. For those of you who just tuned in, we are talking free money today. If you haven't already seen what we discussed, be sure to rewind back to the beginning and watch from the beginning, because we covered two dope ass free money programs, like a super awesome. We got a little bit of a group in here, so say hi, drop it like it's hot in the comment box, and so just let us know you're here. Thank you for tuning in. We got a couple other questions here. Dante's asking, how do grants and FHA handle school loan debt when the monthly payments are $0 due to being on an income driven plan or save when it comes to the debt to income ratio? So basically that's a very specific.
A good question.
Thank you, Dante. Very specific. Can you answer a more broad version as well as the directed one that he asked?
Okay, so here's how FHA loans work. So there's two things to this question. An FHA loan is gonna, if the income-based repayment plan is 0, an FHA loan is gonna add 0.5% to qualify you on a payment for it. If the income-based repayment plan is $10, so if it shows something more than 0, then we can count that $10 as the payment. So that was a recent change on it. But
Nice.
in some cases, if somebody has like a 0 payment on and I can't include anything in the debt to income ratio, that conventional program that we talked about, where it can give the $9,000 grant, because conventional, if you have income-based repayment plans that shows 0 on there, on conventional, I can count the 0. So that's why it's always different to know both programs, because some guidelines are going to be better on one and some guidelines are going to be better on the other.
Absolutely. I love that. There's so many, I say this a lot and I go off on tangents and I try to be super positive because I don't even try. It just comes naturally, thank God. But you guys, I just want those who are watching to understand that, there's not a lot of people out there bringing this kind of energy and hope to the world when it comes to what we do here, because it's a bit of a dark and desolate place sometimes when the rates are changing and inflation is high. And, buying out your Aunt Susie down the street who did real estate 38 years ago still thinks she knows what's what. And she's in your ear every Sunday for Sunday dinner telling you it's not the right time to buy. I know what I'm doing. If you're watching us, first of all, thank you for thinking outside the box. Thank you for listening. We're not bullshitting. And I'm just going to be very direct. We're just not. We are people who are going to fight for you. And there is hope. Regardless, you just have to find the right team to stand beside you, stand behind you to make it happen. I am so grateful for the opportunity that you and I have had, Amber, over the last 7 years, my friend, almost 8 years.
Crazy.
7 or 8 years to help.
7 years.
I would say at least over 100. I would say over 100 people, minimum, over 100 people. I don't know the exact number, that never thought they could buy a home ever until they found our channel. And that's not me going, oh, we're the best. That's me going, you're the best, because you believed for the first time in the right people in the right moment, and boom, now you're in the process. We even had somebody who had always assumed they were going to be a renter. It was like a joke to even think about buying. Like, why would I buy? Blah, blah, blah. Who now owns 2 homes, one investment and one that they live in. So guys, it's real. We're not blowing smoke. It's a possibility. The world is bleak right now with a lot of negativity in the news. There's a lot of just, God, I don't remember another time in our world, except maybe during COVID, when there was just so much confusion and so much heaviness around everybody's brain. So I'm hoping, if anything, we're bringing you a little light, a little sunshine to, break through the clouds, but also something that is going to stick, because in the darkest of times is when you have the opportunity to come out shining the brightest. And I think that that's something to just be very aware of and to cling to. And sometimes it can be hard. You'll forget that moment and forget that idea because life gets dark. So keep tuning in, whether it's your time now or 10 years from now or never, it doesn't matter. We just are hoping that we can continue to bring light to the darkness and help you really put yourself first and understand that it is freaking possible. It's possible.
It really is. It really is. I love it, Laci. Thank you for your soapboxes. They're so good.
I'm like literally 12 days of not being able to see straight or lift my head, have a fever solid for 10 of those 12 days. So when mama's feeling good, she wants everybody else to feel good.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it.
It's like misery loves company, but for you, it's on the opposite. Happiness loves company. Let's all be happy with Laci.
Yeah, there's no need for any of that darkness. No, we don't do darkness here. We do happy. So if you're thinking about moving to Vegas, I've got a couple of really cool videos coming out. I'm going to do a little plug. Summerlin Part 2 is finally going to be coming out. That took a little bit longer to finish up than I expected, but that's going to be coming out this weekend. I'm also going to actually finally release the June events video that normally is never late, but it was fashionably late this month because I was so sick. So that's going to be coming out before Friday. So we've got a couple of really fun videos coming out. But as we move through the summer, we really want to lean on what information do you want from us? So these live streams are a great place for us to kind of just wing it and throw out different types of videos. But if we need to get really detailed on a specific type of question, we will create a full video for it and promote it on both my channel as well as Amber's. So we're in the process right now of doing a little bit of, I guess, brainstorming and a little bit of just kind of coming up with what we're doing next. So if you have ideas for anything that you want us to cover, detailed or on a live stream, please let us know today. Drop it in the comment box below. Do not be afraid. Or frankly, text me on the phone number scrolling on the screen. We're building our list out. We're going to start creating some massive amounts of content in the next month. So get in while you can, because it's going to get busy and loud up in here. And you're part of the early adopters of this amazing process that we've put together. So let us know any question like these. I think those are two of the most detailed, deep questions we've had in a while. So Gallagher, thank you again, especially for the $20, but really thank you. And Dante, both of you guys asking the right questions and stuff that I'm sure other people are wondering and they weren't, confident enough to ask it. So thanks for putting your neck out there. Yeah. Amber, what is going on when it comes to your team? I know that you and I both have a team. We have a lot of support. We have a lot of just noise going on. Is your team feeling the same energy that we're putting out here as well? They have to with you at the helm.
Of course, they have to be able to feel the same energy. I mean, really the love for home ownership is always what we're trying to talk about, because you have two options. It's renting or it's buying. And buying has so much. I mean, how I always look at it is it's the best way to retire. We all have to look at retirement at some point in time in our lives, right? Because we don't want to hustle like this forever in our day, right? So like when you can pay down something to where at some point you own it free and clear, it's the best way to retire, but it's the best way to live, So to be able to help everybody see that and to go out and promote it as, one voice, but a whole bunch of people. It's a beautiful thing to have a team.
It's really awesome. Amber's got a beautiful team and a beautiful group of people who are, we're all just here rooting for the same thing. And it just feels there's something in the air in the last couple of weeks with the summer coming on, the warmth kicking in. This is our first week in the hundreds. So it's getting a little litty up here in Las Vegas, but it's just something about the summer that kind of just gets me even more revved up. It's like a fire gets started and makes me just want to help people realize, like, you don't have to wait till you're ready. Now is the time to start the conversation. And I would say on a percentage basis, out of the people who reach out to us, Amber, correct me if I'm wrong, I would say there's a good 15 to 20% of people who don't think they're ready and who actually just take the risk of reaching out to see what we're talking. And then you're like, what are you waiting for? You're ready. Well, I need to fix this in my credit. I need to save this much money. And you're like, no, I'm looking at your numbers. You really don't. So how am I right?
People tend to judge themselves more than you need to judge.
Yeah.
Because I'll hear all the time, well, I got to do this before I have you do this. Let me just pull it and let's see what everything looks like. Let's just work a game plan and I'll tell you exactly what to do. And I pull it and I'm like, what are you talking about? Your credit was good, or whatever was good. Like there's a lot of things that you think you might need to fix, but you might not need to fix them. Or
Absolutely.
You just need guidance so you don't have to do everything that you were thinking you might have to do.
I'm going to tell you right now. So we all go through trials and tribulations, right? We all have the downs in life and the ups, thankfully. It's how we learn what a down and an up feels like, right? You got to experience both. Mm-hmm. But I will admit out loud, I'm even one of those people who called Amber and said, I'm thinking about, I went through a divorce. I've got a lot of stuff that's, happened in my life. And I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to be able to buy again and da-da-da-da. And she's like, girl, what are you talking about? Look, I'm looking at your credit. It's this. I'm looking at we're ready. Let's do this. And I was like, wait a minute, what? And she's like, Laci, we do this for a living and you're even judging yourself.
You were being too judgy of yourself, Laci. Let it go. Let it go. Like, stop judging yourself as much.
I think, we get in our head. So let's talk about that for a minute. When it comes to credit, Amber, what happens if I call you and I say, well, I know my credit score. Credit Karma told me it's 615. So I know I need to do this and pay off that and do this and that, and then it'll go up. What do you say?
I say, let me pull it, because most of the time I've seen Credit Karma 100 points off on the low side and 100 points off on the high side. So there's no rhyme or reason. And remember, they're different. They're different versions of credit. So Credit Karma is a different version than a mortgage company is going to pull. It's even different than like a car company is going to pull. So so let's pull it and let's get you the real version of what you're going to use when you're, I mean, really the only reason why you have credit is to get credit extended. That's the reason why you're paying bills, is to get more credit extended to you so you could do those big purchases. You could buy more than what you have cash for. And in this world, you have to have credit. It's just the way that it is. So let's pull it on the version that's going to extend credit to you, not the version that's there to make money, you know, off of ads and other stuff like that.
Right.
You know, so pulling it on the real version. I could even do a soft pull where it doesn't show any inquiries. It doesn't affect your scores. I mean, and honestly, like when you're pulling it on a mortgage side, it affects your scores if you've pulled it more than like 3 times in a certain period of time. So it's not like every inquiry hurts like Credit Karma made you believe, because remember, they're on a different version and they have different rules. So
and I'm shaking my head because, you know, we do advertising is, I mean, this is what I've done my whole career, advertising and marketing. So I know it very well. Advertising can be very misleading sometimes, especially when it feels like the product is meant to help you. The reality is it's a business at the end of the day still. We're a business at the end of the day still. We do want to help you. I don't know that the customer service rep that you call at Credit Karma who's telling you these are the things you need to do to fix your credit is actually as caring about this process as we are. This is our personal businesses. That's a different corporation. But the way they market to you can absolutely tell you the wrong thing if you're not specifically asking when it comes to buying a home or when it comes to buying an X, right? So just a quick reminder, you know, we can pull your credit with no real hard inquiry, because a lot of people get worried. Don't pull my credit. It's going to, you know, because Credit Karma's got you believing that those pulls are going to be a detriment.
They have you believing it. One poll is going to drop you like 50 points. I'm like, maybe one after 3. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, you know, the other thing, guys, is like everyone assumes they know. Everyone assumes I just need to pay off my credit cards and then my credit will go up. Or I needed to. You don't know what you don't know. And Amber has even taught me over the last 7-8 years that actually most of the things that we are taught to believe help hinder. And so please don't assume that you know what you're doing when it comes to fixing your credit. Let someone like Amber or someone on her team really help you dig in and make the right decisions so that you're taking years or months off of the process of getting you ready for buying a home. So I just wanted to remind you guys, that's a service that's provided through what we do here. And if you're a special case that needs a little more love and touch, Amber's got people she can connect you with to get that done.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Amber, how are you feeling about today? I'm loving that we're sharing free money. Can we run through those programs really quickly and then we're going to bounce for the day?
Yes, let's do it. You want to pull them up on the screen?
I'm doing it. Okay, here we go. So let's talk about the first one. $9,000 free money. Give it to me, girl.
The $9,000 is cool because we're using regular interest rates, straight conventional loans. A seller can buy those down. The $9,000 is forgivable after 50 years. If you're
5 years.
What did I just say? 50 years?
50 years, girl.
Oh
what are you doing?
What is my problem today? I keep messing up that one line. Okay, it's forgivable after 5 years. If you're in a minority group, you can go up to 200% AMI, which is pretty high income to be able to qualify for this. And then, like, you know, you have to do education classes. There'll be an interview process. But this program is really cool because it fits a lot of things that other grants can't do, because it goes on the conventional side.
I love it. All right, let's do the other one. Drop it like it's hot. Let's go.
Okay, so the other one is it gives you 4% down. So when you're doing an FHA loan, 3.5% is your down payment. This gives you 4%. So it's enough to cover your down payment plus some of your closing costs. The rates on these are very attractive. So they're much lower than the going interest rate. This program, 640 FICO score, FHA, VA loans. This is also forgivable after 5 years. I said that right this time, 5 years, 60 months. The income limits do apply to this. It's based off of your household. On this one, it's in specific areas of town. So in Clark County, it's very specific of, you know, where you can go. In Nye County, that's only 30 minutes away out of Las Vegas, it's anywhere in Nye County. Or a lot of the out like the counties that are surrounding, you know, Clark County, like the smaller counties. So this one, when I saw the interest rate on this one and what it gave back, it excited me. I'm like looking for people to put on this program because it's exciting money. that they're
You
giving.
put me on this program. I'm ready. I'm ready for the free money. Let's go. Let's go. Oh man, thank you, Amber, for always bringing such hope to home ownership, and also just the ideas of, reminding people that it's not all first-time home buyer program, conventional FH. It's not just a square box with 3 compartments. There's so many ways to slice and dice this experience. You can stack it up, take a bite of the sandwich, and then enjoy it in your new kitchen, or you can, work with Amber to determine what's really going to be the best thing for you. So just super excited about all this. Thank you, Amber, as always.
Thank you for having me. It's so good to be back, and I'm so glad you're feeling better.
Ooh, pneumonia can take a hike for the rest of my life. If I ever go through that again, I'm checking out at that point, because or I'm gonna just need you to pump my heart back open, because this is crazy. So super appreciative for those of you who tuned in live. For those of you who are rewatching it, it's all good, baby. Just text me at the number below. Click the link in the description. Click the link in the pinned comment, wherever you can find it. We want to talk to you, whether it's now, 10 years from now, or you just don't quite know if Vegas is for you yet. Let me do the talking. We'll do the walk-in, and we'll figure it out. And then we'll dial you in with Amber when it's time. But so grateful for everything that you guys do for us. And again, for tuning in. It's amazing. We're living our best life right now, trying to really spread what gets our heart pumping. So we're hoping that it's working for you.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, guys. Until next time, Amber, stay tuned. We're going to be, promoting all of our live streams coming up. Remember, if you want us to do a specific type of programming or answer a question, drop it in the comment box right now. We're going to be checking those and creating our content filming list for the summer very soon. All right, Amber, have a good day. Thank you again. I'm going to go take my last piece of medicine and go enjoy this freaking gorgeous weather. I'll see you soon.
Go outside, get some vitamin D.
Bye.